What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to another brand new video, man. You already know what it is, what your boy reacting to, man. We have a real interesting one right here based off the title. Shoot, man, we're gonna be diving into something amazing, something astronomical. So I just want to get right into this, man. So I just want to tell you, if you are new to this channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. Let that below down in the comment section, man. But hey, y'all, about to get right into this, man. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all for all of the support on all the channels, especially on this channel too. Y'all, appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Yeah, let's go on. Let's get right into this, man.
This week in the NBA was historical. We had game winners, dogs sitting courtside at Crypto.com Arena, and old records being shattered while new, more impossible records were set. A lot went down, so let's cover everything that went down this week in the NBA. Chapter 1, last Saturday. It all started in Golden State, where Steph hit the 3,500th three-pointer of his career.
Curry connects on his 3,500th career three.
To put this into perspective, no other player in NBA history has crossed 3,000 threes ever. And here is Steph, on his way to 4,000. The babyface assassin is incredible.
How much I think Steph at the end with?
Steph went 7 of 7 from the field. But after hitting this dagger 3, he advised the Nets to call an effing timeout. Disrespectful, sure,
I don't know,
but in the best way possible. The last time we saw Dillon Brooks in Memphis, he was busy being scapegoated by the Grizzlies franchise. I believe the exact words were, he would not be brought back under any circumstances. But on December 16th, Dillon came back as a Rocket and received a tribute video and a standing ovation. The Memphis Grizzlies ought to be ashamed of themselves for what they tried to do to Dillon Brooks. But I digress. Speaking of standing ovations, Keegan Murray got a standing ovation on this same night after making 12 three-pointers, breaking the Kings record. This amazing performance was only 2 threes shy of the NBA record, which belongs to Klay Thompson, who hit 14 threes against the Bulls in 2018. Meanwhile, OKC's rookie, Chet Holmgren, continues to impress. Against Jokic, the current best player in the world, Chet played some amazing defense. Chet finished the game with 9 blocks, and this was his best block of the night.
Oh, wow. Awesome blast.
Ultimately, the game would be secured by Shea, who did this to win the game.
Come here, Steppy, spin, hey!
With just under a second to go!
But this wasn't the only game winner of the night, because MJ's long-lost son was playing against his old team, the Bulls, and he had to remind them what a mistake they made trading him all those years ago.
Oh, I forgot.
2 seconds left.
Come here.
Step back for the win.
Hey, Gamer.
Delivers the victory. 118.
What they say, Gamer.
Jimmy's old teammate Embiid has been a monster this season. After putting up an easy 42 and 15 before the third quarter had even ended, Embiid checked out of the game. The Sixers beat the Hornets by 53 points in this game, the worst loss in Hornets franchise history. And with that, Embiid is now averaging more points per game than minutes per game. This hasn't been done since Wilt Chamberlain. In San Antonio, the Spurs have finally decided to adjust and play Wemby at the 5 instead of the 4. Since making the change, the Spurs have gone from being the worst defensive team in the NBA to being a top 5 defense in the league.
Oh, Dan.
Come here.
Somebody needs a body bag. That was terrible.
However, after their 1-game win streak, the Spurs are back to losing again. Chapter 2, Sunday night, Kevin Durant touches heaven. One of the NBA's best-kept secrets is the fact that the New Orleans Pelicans have the best broadcast in the entire league, and it's not even close. And a big part of that is Antonio Daniels, who is hands down the most emphatic color analyst in basketball.
Does the number 533 mean anything to you?
533. That the amount of days that I haven't played an NBA game?
That's the last time you played the NBA game.
When Trey Murphy blows by Wemby, Antonio Daniels blesses us again with his legendary energy.
Dunk it! How do you really want him to do it?
Refs have been super frustrating to both the players and the fans this season,
check these
and the tension
refs.
is starting to peak. When the Rockets faced the Bucks this week, Dillon Brooks and Coach Udoka were ejected at the end of the 4th quarter for arguing a flop call from the refs. I'm not a lip reader, but if I were, I'd say Dillon probably deserved to be tossed out of this one.
So it's a parade of rockets to the tunnel.
When Portland faced the Warriors this week, Steph shot 8 threes and missed every single one of them. This broke his streak of consecutive games with a made 3.
Reload Curry 3, a warm-up variety. He still can't buy one.
And now we have a new NBA record, 268 straight games with a made 3, set by none other than Wardell Stephen Curry II. While Steph struggled offensively in this game, he was still busy making winning plays like this one.
And Trace Jackson Davison Kuminga. Oh, Steph behind the back. And Moody will dunk it down.
Meanwhile, all hell broke loose in Cleveland, where Evan Mobley underwent arthroscopic knee surgery. Darius Garland will also be out for at least 3 weeks after breaking his jaw when he collided with Boston's Kristaps Porzingis. This puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the Cavs, who are now unsure of Donovan Mitchell's future in Cleveland. But the night ended on a positive note with Dame violating Sengun.
A new feeling. Come here. Dame left all alone.
Easy.
Can't do that. Not with that man.
While Kevin Durant was busy detonating on the Wizards to win the game.
Down the lane. Elevates and detonates at just the right time.
Chapter 3, Monday night, Dogs and Snow Angels. Monday night was crazy. The Lakers unveiled their banner for the first ever NBA in-season tournament championship. But the highlight of the game was this dog that was sitting courtside wearing an Austin Reeves jersey. The dog is a service dog, and its name is Brody.
There is a dog in the front row. Look at that pup.
Unfortunately, Brody wasn't enough to will the Lakers to victory against the Knicks. The Lakers' little brother, the Clippers, were also not to be outdone on the night. Against the Pacers, James Harden exploded for 18 straight points in the fourth quarter. The peak of the absurdity from the Beard came on this play, where the Pacers tried to send a double, but James double-crossed Buddy Hield before pulling up for the and one step-back 3.
Did he step under him? Stepped on his foot.
Unlike the Clippers, the Pacers started the season hot.
And Toppin is going to throw it down.
But since losing in the NBA Cup Finals, they have gone on a 4-game losing streak. Indiana is on the downswing, while in Clipperland, everything is starting to click. But in Miami, Anthony Edwards' wizardry was on full display. The Wolves have been the best team in the West so far. Anthony Edwards has arrived onto the scene as a bona fide superstar. With less than 40 seconds left in the game, Ant went full MJ to extend the Wolves lead.
Off the glass with it.
MJS, the fade from number 5.
Meanwhile, things went from horrible to downright catastrophic in Detroit. Cade Cunningham put up an incredible 43 points in a virtuoso performance. However, his career night was still not enough to stop the losing streak. This loss extended the losing streak to 24 straight. But as bad as the Pistons are, no team is more confused than the Chicago Bulls right now. The Bulls' record with Zach was 5-13. The Bulls' record without him is now 6-3. This is great because the team is now winning. But this is probably hurting his trade value because it's becoming more and more clear that he's probably not a winning player. Against the behemoth that is the 76ers, the undermanned Bulls pulled out a gutsy win. Chapter 4, Tuesday night, the return of Ja Wick. Tuesday night had Shaq questioning if it's time to put Steph in the best player of all time conversation.
I'm wondering is the time to start putting him as the best
I was already
player of all
kind of
time.
putting
And the
him in
reason
there
why
low
was
key
because we got to look at Revenge Steph. When
has
Jaylen
some
Brown
accolades on
bully
this.
balled Steph and drew the and one finish, he hit Steph with a too small
And he hit the
taunt.
range.
And from that point on, pissed off Steph was activated. Steph outscored Jaylen 20-4 the rest of the game.
Can't
And
piss
in
him off, man.
overtime, he hit the dagger 3 to beat the Celtics before trolling them with his night-night celebration. Moral of the story, don't poke the bear. Meanwhile, while the Suns were busy losing to
What that man
Portland,
do? Go
one
watch
of
that
the worst
reaction, y'all.
teams in the NBA, the world was reintroduced to Ja Morant. It had been exactly 235 days since we saw Ja play after the NBA suspended him for 25 games. And on his first game back, Ja was incredible.
Come here, gamers. Easy, light work. He does that for a living. In his sleep. When he's not sleep. When he's eating breakfast. When he's not eating breakfast.
Chapter 4, Wednesday night, beef stew in Texas. Remember this guy? Brian Dameris, the Mavericks TV analyst who said this when James Harden was traded to the Clippers.
Because, James, you're not the beard, you're not the system, you're the problem.
Well, on this night, the Clippers were in Dallas, so fans were ready to see how this story would unfold. James had an average game, 17 and 11, but the Claw turned into the fun guy, which was music to Harden's ears.
That was a nice girl, though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Teammate laying it in.
On the ensuing Mavericks postgame show, Brian was MIA, so I guess this round goes to Harden. North of the border, the Raptors continue being a struggle franchise because of their stubborn front office. And to make matters worse, the defending champions were visiting. Jokic had an easy 31 and 15, and toyed with Toronto, throwing up grenade threes to beat the buzzer.
Does he know the clock? Nope. And Jokic gets it off just in time.
But the best performance of the night was from Embiid, who put up 51 points against the league's best defensive team. Embiid has truly been a monster this season. Anthony Edwards tried to will his team in this one, but he was bested by the phantom of the process. And all Ant could do was praise Embiid after being beaten by the process.
He's unstoppable, man. I don't see how they lose a game.
The night ended with the Celtics embarrassing the Kings in a bounce-back win. And it was Jaylen Brown who ended up catching a body at the rim. The victim, Trey Lyles.
Oh,
Brings the house down.
Chapter 6, Thursday night. Wembanyama in hell. On Thursday, we inched closer to more history being made. The Pistons, who had lost 24 straight, were playing against a beat-up Jazz team who had 8 players out with injury. Lauri Markkanen, Jordan Clarkson, Keontae George, just to name a few. Tonight was as good a night as any to end the losing streak. Long story short, the Pistons found a way to lose this game as well, and their fans wore paper bags over their heads while chanting, "Sell the team." Cade Cunningham was in disbelief.
Yeah, we're not 2-26 bad.
that's crazy.
You know what I mean? Like, no way are we that bad.
The Pistons are now 3 losses away from tying the all-time longest losing streak in NBA history. There are poverty franchises
As a head coach,
in the
what are you
NBA,
doing?
and then there's the Detroit Pistons. Meanwhile, San Antonio has begun another losing streak that is now sitting at 3. When the Spurs faced Chicago this week, even the Bulls color analysts were disgusted and shocked at the Spurs' inability to find Wemby when he's wide open.
I don't know how you miss a 7-4 guy.
Yeah, how do you exactly
I just
not
don't
see him in your
understand
field of
that.
vision there?
Ja Morant was great in his second game back, but he wasn't as electric as that first one. Nevertheless, look at the way he is toying with the defense since coming back.
Ja is going crazy in this place, man.
Delivery.
After the Grizzlies beat the Pacers, Ja celebrated with the fans in the tunnel. But the
I do wanna
best
say
game
something
of the
about the
night will
Spurs,
be
though.
Clippers versus Thunder. OKC is currently the
OKC
second best team in the
has
NBA,
one of the best
but the Clippers were only
futures.
1 game behind them. Jalen
Yeah.
Williams absolutely feasted on the Clippers, but it was Chet who would win the night with this play.
Holmgren, little up and under, off the backboard. Chet Holmgren set it up for himself.
Chapter 7, Friday night, a night of texts. After losing Bradley Beal again, the Suns are almost out of the playoff picture. Against the Kings, Kevin Durant got a backcourt violation called against him. The Suns' head coach, Frank Vogel, immediately went irate on the ref, which earned him a tech.
Oh, yeah, Herder. How about the physicality and the pressure forcing the turnover? And Frank Vogel, he's about to get run.
You saw that.
You saw that coming, right?
I mean, Frank Vogel practically sprinted out to Josh Tippett, I think intentionally.
He ain't playing with you, ref.
When Steph drove into the paint against the Wizards, Deni Avdija clearly pushes him. The ref doesn't call the foul. Naturally, Steph is upset about it, so he reacts, and the refs tease him up for it. Personally, I work in healthcare. If I made as many mistakes as these refs make on a
please
daily
get these
basis,
refs,
I would have been thrown in jail
I got
a
2 things
long
to say
time
already.
ago.
Well, it's not often you see Steph Curry get that heated.
But ultimately, it was the Sixers who made history last night. The Sixers beat the Raptors, and Embiid, Maxey, and Tobias Harris became the first 3 Sixers players to score 30-plus in the same game since 1961, when the Sixers were still the Syracuse Nationals. If you end up enjoying this video, please subscribe. It's free, and
Alright, man. So I first want to say, when it comes to the Spurs, they're still trying to figure out who's the best player, even though we already know who the best player is. Go and give it to Wemby, bro. All I'm saying is if I have a 7-foot-something dude on my squad, bro, I hear dude, bro, I'm leading the league in assists, bro. Y'all tweaking on that. I ain't really lie, man. When it comes to the NBA and these refs, man, y'all gotta get these refs situated, bro. I honestly feel like these parlays is kind of messing it up. I just feel like some of these refs is part of these parlays. That's what I want to say. Don't turn off the parlays for other folks. You know what I mean? I got y'all. Don't turn it off for other folks. But I just feel like, you know, really check on these refs, bro, because you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You don't add up, bro. But yeah, that's really all I do gotta say. All the points, man. Spurs, quit being dumb. Alright, NBA, quit being the NBA. Just, you know what I mean? Check. I don't even know how to even, y'all feel my pain. But y'all tell me y'all thoughts about this whole video down in the comment section. What's y'all thoughts, man? Shout out to Ja too. Ja been hooping like crazy, bro. Shout out to everybody else though, and that was in this video. But I thank y'all, love y'all. Don't forget to be great, continue playing your dreams. I'll be back with more banger videos, man. Your boy's out.